Hi all, welcome to this one to watch and Path to Glory guide for this week, basically with the European games tonight, tomorrow and Thursday. Thought I'd cover this in depth, cover a number of the players that are featuring, and it could be worth a bit of coins as well if you're lucky. Obviously they won't get informs, there will be potential in man of matches later on, so smash links are always, sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter at GZLegend, all the links are down below for playlists in the channel and social media links as always. So let's jump into the one to watch guide. So Champions League, plenty to work with. Ederson's going for around 70-75k at the moment, and he has an outside chance of an inform this week, but Man City have a good game to play with, so guys like Ederson and Walker, they're both a good price just now, and all they need is a good bit of form. Bonucci, AC Milan playing Thursday night, but he's relatively cheap, so he's like 70k, which is kind of mental for an 88 rated special card if you want to call it that. Guys like Aurier and Davinson Sanchez, they're around that 35-40k mark. With both of them, they may feature tonight against Dortmund. I would say they've got a chance, and it's a big game for both teams, so be very wary of that. Red Bull Leipzig, they have an interesting game, and Bruma's not going for too much, so be aware of that. The Dortmund duo of Rodriguez and Tolisso, they're kind of been going back down to what they roughly were just now. Like Tolisso's around that 125, 130k mark, whereas Rodriguez around that 150, 160k mark. And obviously Rodriguez had the potential a couple of weeks ago, for the last couple of weeks, to have an inform, not materialised. Salah, he could go riot tonight against Sevilla, but obviously team and group stage card is what everyone's assuming he will get, so be aware of that. But guys like Lukaku and Lacazette, for Lacazette probably won't play on Thursday night. Lukaku might play against Basel, but time will tell. Yarmolenko, the Dortmund game, that will be an interesting one. He needs a bit of form on his side, to be honest. Gliffy, obviously Everton are out, but he may or may not play, so be aware of that for Thursday night. I'm keeping away from him personally, I'm not going to touch that game. Bernadeschi is another interesting one. He's not been performing how I think Juventus hoped and also how he hoped, but see what happens with him. Baldidaio's relatively cheap as well. Monaco's got a good game that they could have a good run in, and Baldidaio needs that bit of form to kind of spark his season, I feel. Bertrand Traore, he's pretty much going nearly to what his one to watch as 78 rated is. Obviously Leon, he's been kind of doing it in Europe, so I'd be kind of keeping an eye on him if he plays, so definitely one to watch. Costa, fairly inexpensive. He's not really cheap. He's kind of like, he's overpriced for what you're getting. Neymar's 1.4 to 1.6, and unless you have the coins and expect him to run riot, then he might do the business. Morata's 300 to 350, and Chelsea's a funny one. Barcelona, Semedo, hard to really say with him. I'm not touching him. He's 25-30k. He's not going. Kessie, I'm watching for Thursday night. For a guy that's 15k, he's definitely worth a punt, and he's kind of been this way all season. It's like he's done all right, but not spectacular. For 15k, it's worth a punt. Theo Hernandez, this could be the kind of game he might play against Apo Nicosia. They need something, Real Madrid. They need a bit of form, and he might play at left back tonight against them, but who knows. Mbappe's kind of a fortune, like 700-800k. Obviously it's the striker one you want, not the right forward, because the right forward's the inform. But that gives you an idea on the cards that are of the one to watch variety. Now Hart isn't in Europe. I'm only covering him because obviously he's under so much scrutiny like every week whenever West Ham play, and it's worth noting. And I love how that just showed Hart when it's Hawidis. Hawidis is like 14k for an 83 that doesn't really play. And obviously Juventus play tonight, but I don't even think he's actually in any of the squads for what I've gathered, which is kind of crazy. So it's like, why did they have him then? But who knows? Varane's got an outside chance of an inform. Marquinhos could do well tonight against tomorrow in Europe in the Celtic against Celtic. That'll be tomorrow night, sorry. But see what happens. Marquinhos a good shout nonetheless. Rashford, could he play against Basel? Hard to really say, and obviously left mid puts a lot of people off. Giuliano 14k, Fenerbahce, I would say he dropped to 12.5 last night, and he's peaked back up to 14-15, so it's interesting what's happened with his card. I know it's a cheap card. But Bakayoko, 100k. He's too expensive. I can't see him getting in for him this FIFA, to be honest. Gomez hasn't sparked the season on fire yet for Atlanta. He's got a chance on Thursday night in Europe. Where that happens or not is a different matter. I'd kind of like to say yes. Asensio, Real Madrid. The good thing is Real Madrid have plenty across the path to glory and want to watches, so there's ample players you can kind of cover. Asensio could be the one to look out for tonight against Apple Nicosia. Gabriel Jesus and Sani, they're like 700 and 200k respectively. Both I'm not touching. Even when I have the coins on my trading account, I ain't touching them. I just won't touch them because they're too high risk and it's a bloodbath waiting to happen. Payet for Marseille. I don't think they're in Europe this season for what I've seen. I might be wrong, but about 30-35k. It's not really happening for him. El Shaarawy is doing good in Europe and domestically. It's not too bad for his price, to be honest, in my personal opinion. He's worth a punt. I love the word punt for when it comes to this. Forsberg is about 20k. You've got Bruma or Forsberg, both good cards and both done quite well this season, so it might be interesting to see how that plays out. Pastore has a chance of an inform, so be prepared that his price is 35-40k. If he plays tonight and does well, that might just increase his price even further. Carvalho, I've got quite a lot of him at 10-11k, and he's at 15, so I'm already sitting on like a 3-4k profit. And Sporting just need a bit of luck their way, I feel. Stindl for Mönchengladbach. He's relatively cheap, but he's not getting as many goals I think people would think he would, but he's still relatively cheap for what you're getting. Origi around 70-80k. I know a lot of people have even paid like around the 65k mark, which is good business, to be honest, and he's one a lot of people will keep watching. Sol's 25-30k. There's a lot of folk price fixing this card. I don't know why. I've seen like 160, 170, like 100k plus. It's baffling. Wagner, another cheap one. Hoffenheim play in Europa League on Thursday night, and definitely worth keeping an eye on it, especially for 13-14k. Welbeck could help lead the line potentially for the Thursday night game because they'll play a mix of experience and inexperience, and he could be one of the experienced options. Oxlade-Chamberlain, with him, he was at 12-13k the other night and now he's like 20k. It's interesting how his price has slowly crept up since Thursday, Friday night. And the last man we're covering is Kingsley Coman. His card, he seems to do well, and he did well against the Celtic game, but it depends what happens with Bayern and Anderlecht, because I think he could run riot against Anderlecht, in my personal opinion. But for me, there's a lot of good cards to trading, guys. Hopefully this gives you food for thought on where to cover and what to go for. Smash like as always, sub to channel if you're new, let me in the comments down below who you're going for, and I will catch you guys all later.